Duke vs. Syracuse Round 3 marked the return of Zion Williamson, and we were treated to a ridiculously efficient performance. Zion poured in 29 points on 13 for 13 shooting, with 2 assists, 5 steals, and a block in 36 minutes of action. So let's take a look at the footage to see just how he did it. In his first game back since February 20th, it was his teammates who showed a little rust, as they tried to get Zion going early by forcing the ball into the paint, resulting in a few live ball turnovers against Syracuse's 2-3 zone. In fact, on paint feeds to Zion, the Blue Devils committed a whopping 4 turnovers on 13 possessions. Fortunately, when Zion does get the ball in the paint, he knows what to do with it, as the Blue Devils poured in 13 points on the 9 other possessions in which the pass to Zion was actually completed, for a healthy 1.4 points per possession. And it would have been even higher, but in what became the only inefficient part of his day, Zion went just 2 for 9 from the free throw line. Watch the defensive intensity from Cam Reddish on the weak side. On the high screen and roll, he expertly tags the roller and then closes out to the shooter and rides him out of the lane. This effort on Syracuse's initial action directly leads to a bad miss later in the possession. On the next possession, Reddish is excellent recognizing that he is the weak side low man and is responsible for help. He gets into the paint quickly, deterring the drive, and then steps out on the pass to the cutter. He smothers Boeheim into forcing a bad pass right to Zion, and we get to see early that his knee is just fine. And here he is again, getting his hands on this dribble handoff, and Duke is off to the races once more. It's the small things like this that don't show up on a stat sheet that gets a team going. Zion was a force on the offensive glass, securing 7 offensive rebounds, including this one, which forced Syracuse's big man, Pascal Chukwu, to pick up an early second foul. Zion's constant pressure on the offensive glass forced Chukwu to ride the pine most of the game, logging just 7 minutes. A huge blow for Syracuse. Zion was also tremendous in transition. Whether it was his blocks, deflections, outlet passes, or insane finishes displaying his athletic prowess, Zion was directly involved in 12 of Duke's 18 transition points. And Duke opened up a 17-point lead early, thanks to defensive pressure and transition play. But careless turnovers, which Syracuse's pressure had little to do with, and plays like this, where Duke gives up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw, where Duke has 4 guys to Syracuse's 2, gives the Orange life. And Duke's poor transition defense reared its ugly head again. Off an alley-oop dunk by Zion, Duke gives up a free lane to the basket when a simple screen in the backcourt gets Trey Jones out of position and nobody steps up to help. Or again off a made layup by Zion, nobody communicates and picks up Elijah Hughes, leaving O'Connell to guard 2 guys, and Boeheim hits an easy 3-ball to cut the lead to 1. And that shot gave Boeheim confidence to hit this 3 off the hop to tie the game at 46. But Zion again shows his knack for finding the ball at the right time, and he pokes this away to Jordan Goldwire for the and one layup. And more defensive plays by Zion down the stretch, starting with this ferocious block, where he continues to give his team incredible value as an eraser. And then once more here, where he recognizes he must help the helper and covers down on this attempted feed to Chukwu for the deflection and steal. And how about this contest on Frank Howard's 3, where he first makes sure he is the second jumper and forces the miss. And on the next possession down, Syracuse traps on the wing entry to Goldwire, which opens up the middle for Zion. And watch this incredible one-handed bounce pass off the dribble to Reddish spotting up in the corner for the dagger 3. With Zion back in the fold, able to make long outlet passes like these to set up teammates for dunks on hockey assists. It's safe to say that Duke is again the team to beat, and with a matchup later tonight against rival UNC, we'll all be treated to a very special night. Duke fans, make sure to subscribe here for more in-depth analysis on Blue Devil basketball. Also, check out my blog that is linked in the description for even more Duke basketball content.